The White House is doing its doggone best to try to tell you that they are really on top of everything. They really stuck their nose in it and got smashed when they tried to pretend that the Social Security check increases that people are going to start getting at the first of the year are a result of the great leadership of the White House. So they sent out this tweet basically congratulating themselves that the checks will be the highest increase ever. Only one little problem. Some real fact checkers pointed out that the only reason that the Social Security checks are going up is because inflation is a 41-year high. And back in the days of Richard Nixon, that's how long this policy goes, Social Security payments are based on the Consumer Price Index. So if the CPI goes up, the Social Security checks go up. The president has not a stinking thing to do with it. But it does remind people that inflation is so high that the increase in a Social Security check will be the highest it's ever been. What did the White House do? Did they admit they were wrong? Nope. They just deleted the tweet, pretended that it never happened, and they went on lying to us just like they have been. But no longer could they claim that the reason the benefits were going to go up in Social Security was because of great leadership. It was actually the opposite. It was their failed leadership, high inflation, that made the Social Security checks go up. So if you get an increase in your Social Security, thank Richard Nixon, not Joe Biden. And for some of you, that will really hurt to thank Richard Nixon and not Joe Biden. Joe Biden's trying to explain the economy, and he tells us that what we need is an economy that works for everybody. Watch.
The economy that works for everybody. Through bold actions like this one, we're taking that vision to a reality. This is what it looks like when America comes together to get something done.
Don't know that America's come together except throughout the Democrats. The only thing I see that's kind of unifying the country right now. By the way, 75% of the American public thinks we're in a recession. That's a pretty big number, 75%. That means a whole lot of the Democrats believe that too. But you would never know it hearing from the White House because, well, watch Karine Jean-Pierre.
That has sparked real fears that the nation could be teetering on the edge of a recession. How will the White House prepare for that?
So, want to be clear, there are no meetings or anything happening like that in preparing for a recession.
Nope, there's nothing going on here. We're not having any meetings. We're not preparing because, see, they're in utter denial. They say we're not in one. We don't have one. We're not going to have one. Not one on the way. Nope. Everything is great. I've said in the faint background, I'm hearing Ethel Mormon singing, "Everything's Coming Up Roses." Now, you got to be pretty old to even know who she is and what the song was, but if you're of a certain age, you will remember. And that's what I think. Believe me, Joe Biden is old enough to know. But it's almost like they're just oblivious to the fact that we clearly are in a very difficult time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.